What it do? What's going on? Grand Hefe here. Get ready for another episode of Unpopular Opinion. I know it's been a minute since y'all seen me on here doing my thing here, but hey man, I got a really good show for y'all today. First and foremost though, if you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe this thing. Go ahead and get this podcast up there recommended. We need that for sure. Also to all my other subscribers, if you listen on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to, thank you for tuning into the show. I really greatly appreciate that. Unpopular got some changes here. We got a few things different here. Couple new segments that I got for you guys that I kind of introduce later on as we kind of go into the show. But without further ado, let's go ahead and kick this thing off, man. Let me plug this in really quick though. There we go. I was getting some feedback in my headphones real quick. But yeah, man. Y'all read the title. Y'all already see what's going down here. Kodak Black was doing a show yesterday in Tallahassee, my hometown, in Tallahassee, Florida, yesterday. And then per reports here, shots rang out. Kodak Black was not shot. Let me repeat that. Kodak Black was not shot at or was not shot. However, his one of his security guards did get shot. He got shot in the femur there. And now from all reports that I've read here, he will be making a recovery. His security guard did go into surgery today, early this morning, Monday that is. So, but Kodak was not shot at, and it's interesting, right? Because Kodak just got out of prison. What, probably about 2 months ago now, probably, maybe something like that. And then now, just probably 2 days ago? No, actually yesterday on Easter, him and Southside got into it. Now, if you guys don't know who Southside is, 808 Mafia, he's a producer from down there in that Miami area. But him and Kodak was going at it. Apparently, they already had beef from before. They from the same city. That's another thing I don't get, man. Like, why is it that we always like sitting around fighting with each other on the internet? You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't never go do that to the people that that we say is oppressing us. We never go do that to the people that's really out here harming us. Like, we don't ever do that. But just because he looks just like me, right? That boy look just like me. Same skin complexion, probably came from the same background. We always fighting with one another. And it's always on the internet. And it's like, dog, like, why do y'all do that? Y'all, and most of the time, y'all be like, oh, and you got my number. You already know that we can do this. Well, if you got his number and y'all got each other numbers, I'm pretty sure y'all follow each other on Instagram, or not follow each other on Instagram, but you guys know each other Instagrams. Why don't you just hit him in the DMs if you really about that? Now, Southside had a lot of stuff to say, honestly, not about Kodak necessarily. Well, he did. At first he didn't, he was, and Southside has, to my knowledge, has nothing to do with what happened in Tallahassee with Kodak. Kodak did make that getaway. They said they got him out into an armored truck or whatever. But it's like, this is the reason why I don't go to parties. And I'm going to get back to Southside in a minute. Southside and Kodak in a minute. But this is the reason why I do not go to parties. I don't go to clubs like that. I couldn't tell you the last time I actually been to a club. Now, I hit up a bar or something like that, but I don't really like going to many places, dog, where there's too many people. Specifically, too many niggas. I'm just gonna keep it honest, bro, because guess what? Niggas always want to act stupid. We can't just go out and have a good time, bro. Dance. You single people, you want to talk to the females, ladies talk to the man. Drink good, just have a good time. We can never do that, bro. We can never do that. I seen a video about 2 weeks ago on Instagram. This girl was in the club and they were playing that. I guess the song really don't matter, but it just kind of, it makes it, I guess, a little bit more relevant. They was playing that Pooh Shiesty and Dirt, that Back in Blood, right? Now, Shawty didn't even know that shots was going out, but you can hear it on the video. Pop, pop, pop. And then you see a bullet literally right over the top of her head hit the wall behind her because she's sitting like on the wall. Hit the wall right above her. And it's like, dog, like we can never just go have fun. And these rappers, like I don't really, I always say this, man. I don't understand why these rappers make it out the hood. They make it out the hood, bro. You got all the money. You can do whatever you want, and they choose to still do stupid shit and put themselves back into harm's way, and it just don't make any sense, you know. But Southside and Kodak was going at it earlier yesterday, you know, on Instagram. You know, apparently Kodak went on live. I guess he tagged Young Miami her name. You know, he said it in the live, and then he actually pinned her name like in the comments. Southside, then he didn't really like that. He came out and said, you know, Kodak still this and that, and they can still, and you know, he can get it whenever he come back to Miami. Now, obviously, them boys down there and Papano was not feeling that. You know, they basically told Southside, bro, you can't even come out here. Don't even be doing that. And then, you know, from there, it's like I'm just so tired of seeing. I'm just so tired of seeing. Although this time it wasn't a RIP, I'm just so tired of seeing RIP to this rapper or RIP to this influencer. And it's like, dog, like these past 2 years have just been like super crazy, man. It's like, you know, another situation that kind of got nothing to do with this. KD and Michael Rapaport, you know, the Slim Reaper there, you know, as they call him, got into it with Michael Rapaport. Now I'm kind of glad he did. I personally don't like Michael Rapaport. I get it. Everybody have a job, and everybody, you know, in this culture, they got an opinion. Here I am. I'm stating my opinion on a podcast here. Everybody has an opinion now, but I think a lot of times I have my own opinion. I don't have no producer telling me, oh yeah, you gotta say this, you know, so we can have like must see TV or you know or anything like that. So for me, I feel my thoughts are my thoughts. They are opinions. The show is called Unpopular Opinion for a reason. You know, they are my opinions, but I feel like a lot of these people that they put on TV now, particularly these actors and stuff that they be having talking sports, I just feel like they be like they have like it's kind of almost fake, but to the point where they have to keep going along with it. And Michael Rapaport said a few things about KD that KD didn't really appreciate. You know, KD told him, you know what I'm saying, we can meet up wherever you want to meet up. He actually dropped the location where they can meet up. He dropped the time and a date where they can meet up. That really isn't the story that I'm really more focused on. The story that I'm really more focused on here is, why would the NBA fine Kevin Durant $50,000? That's what's confusing to me. Why fine Kevin Durant $50,000? What was the point of fining him $50,000? Because you say that he threatened someone or something like that over social media? So that's like, I don't really understand how they got to the conclusion that, oh, for threatening someone on social media, you get a $50,000 fine. Now I get it, man. They got the money. I definitely ain't crying over no $50,000 that someone else got to spend. The point is, so I'm not allowed to say what I need to say. Like, this wasn't a press conference. Like, I get it. You want to fine me for violating rules of the NBA, you know, as far as my agreement to do media and all of that stuff. Or I see if I cussed out a reporter or something while I'm at work. Yeah, I mean, everybody will probably get reprimanded, or everybody would get some type of punishment if they did that on the job, right? But last time I checked, I haven't, you know, I guess them getting $50,000 fine is the equivalent of, I guess, a regular person getting fired from a job for something like this. So because I said something to this person on social media, now I'm getting fired. And in Kevin Durant's case, now that's $50,000 that I just lost because I wanted to fight someone. I didn't fight anybody. I didn't shoot nobody. I ain't pull out no pistols. I ain't pull out no sticks. I ain't do none of that. I just simply told a guy how I felt about him and what I would do to him. I didn't say I would kill you. I didn't say nothing. I just said I'd beat your ass. Simple as that. Like, dudes tell each other that on the court all the time, right? Oh, you a bitch. I ain't never seen nobody get fined for calling no player no bitch. Or, oh, you a pussy. I ain't never seen that. Last year in the bubble, in the playoffs, Kyle Lowry gave Aaron Gordon his room number. When Aaron Gordon called him a bitch, or he called him a bitch or a pussy or some shit like that. Kyle Lowry was seen lip syncing his room number. You can come see me. He didn't get fined. And another issue that I have with this situation here is the fact that Michael Rapaport felt the need to egg Kevin Durant on and then go play pussy and put this on the internet. And then go say, oh, I've been threatened by fans all my life on social media, but never would I thought it would be Kevin Durant. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, get the fuck out of here, my guy. Like, for real. Because you say whatever you want to say about people, they express how they feel about you. And Michael Rapaport say, oh, it was, when he mentioned my wife, that was, that was that would have been time for me to really put them hands on you for real. Like, that would have, I probably wouldn't have wanted to even fight you, bro, from the beginning. You come at me sideways about something that I said, all right, cool, bro. You know what I'm saying? You just soft. It is what it is, But then you say, oh, it's because, I showed it because he mentioned my wife. And it's like, no, that would have been, that should have really been the time that you really would have been like, all right, bro, I'll meet you at that place that you told me to meet you at. I got you. You want to play tough, because that's what you do on the basketball court, because we know ain't nobody going to fight. All right, well, now let's see what you about. Let's see if you really tough like you say that you are. Or that you portray to be on that basketball court. We're gonna have to see. You're gonna have to show me. We're gonna have to be about that. you're gonna have to stand on everything that you're talking about. Because one, yeah, you could probably talk about me, bro. And and Michael Rapaport, he's in a professional industry. So is Kevin Durant, but it's a little bit different. And because Michael Rapaport gets contracted to talk about sports. He gets contracted to do that. So yeah, bro, like, yeah, you soft. I'm only doing what I'm supposed to do, I guess. But then when it comes down to the threats, I probably wouldn't be having that anyways from the beginning. But I definitely ain't gonna let you talk about my wife and then go to the internet and say, and then after he gets punished, say, oh, I didn't mean for it to do that. I didn't mean to. No, bro, like, come on, dog. And I just never liked Michael Rapaport. I'm glad KD said something to him. But at the end of the day, that's a bitch move, Michael Rapaport. Honestly, it's just a bitch move. Like, simple as that. KD, you got to move smart in that. You got to understand who you are. You got to understand what you represent. And you got to understand that 9 times out of 10, people are going to do the exact same thing that Michael Rapaport did to you, which is report you. And a lot of times, a lot of these people, they only want a reaction anyways out of you. It's not like they really about that. They just want a reaction. And he got the reaction that he need. And now Kevin Durant, you gotta pay the price for that. Moving on though, man. We got some big news coming, I guess, from out of the White House. I could say Hunter Biden, which is the younger son of Joe Biden, the new president. He was doing an interview with CBS the other day, and he was, for his memoir that he's coming out with. And in that memoir, he mentioned that he, slept with his wife. I mean, with his brothers. His brother is dead. Is by the way, he died of brain cancer. About 2 years ago, I believe it was. But he released the other day on CBS that, him and his brother's wife had, relations. Now his brother's wife is no longer alive either. But like, hey man, this is some crazy shit. Goddamn Sleepy Joe, and then now you got now your son is out here sleeping with his brother's wife, and you know the reasons he gave was because they were both going through some things there. They were both hurt, and you know they were trying to do the right thing, but that just led into something else, and it's like, nah, dog, nah, that ain't how that go though. That ain't how that go. Um, I don't have biological brothers, but ain't no way I can ever talk to, let alone have sex with, let alone be in a relationship with my brother's wife. That don't make any sense, my guy. You went over there to console her because your brother died, albeit you and your wife not together no more. You went over there for to console, and all of a sudden y'all fucking and in a relationship. And you know, Sleepy Joe and his wife, they approve of it, and it's like, how? Like, I don't understand. Like how? Like, how did y'all get to the point of saying, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. It's okay that you not only sleeping with your brother's wife, y'all in a full blown relationship. Y'all just doing y'all thing, huh? It don't like like siblings don't even matter, right? Blood, that shit don't even matter, right? I mean, I know it don't, because we know a bunch, you know, too many times that we've seen this, right? Obviously, they're just more in the spotlight, so this kind of happens a little bit more than, I guess it's getting the light is going to be put on it a little bit more than what regular people have to deal with. But that's some weird shit, man. You know, imagine, you know, your brother's kids now having to call you like daddy instead of uncle now. Like, do they still call you uncle, or do they or was they calling you like daddy or some shit like that? Like, cause that shit don't make any sense. Like Uncle Daddy or some shit, like Uncle Daddy Hunter. Like, I don't, I don't, I don't really get it, and I don't even know if he even have kids. But still, bro, like, not only you fucking your brother's wife, my guy, you are then in a relationship with her, and not only that, everybody is cool with it. How does this make any sense? How does this make any sense, bro? Everybody is just cool with everybody is cool with you doing your thing, right? Just that's just that I guess that's just how the Biden family get down. And everybody that know me know I'm really not a fan of Biden. I just feel, you know, for a guy that was vice president for 8 years, and although he's not the president, he wasn't the president. President at the time didn't really do much either, but as the vice president, we already kind of seen what you about. I mean, you wouldn't really align yourself with someone that don't really have the same views as you know, unless you just really wanted a vice presidency. And I get it, people, they work their whole life for that, but it just don't make sense to me that that things would change as you being president if it didn't when you were vice president. That's neither here nor there, though. Let's move on to our. I got a brand new segment that I told you guys about in the beginning of the show there, and I don't really know what I'm gonna actually call it just yet, but for now we'll call it 3 minute news with Grand. Right? Y'all like that? 3 minute news with Grand. And today on 3 minute news with Grand, we're going to talk about Congressman out of Florida, Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz. I believe that's how you say his name, Gaetz. If it's not, that's just what he's gonna be called today. Matt. We, you know, look up the story here, but old Matt there, and this, and I don't doubt that this happens a lot of times with all these politicians and things like that. But they got the money, they sweep it under the rug, nobody cares, right? Regular person do this, they go to jail because it's called prostituting. But anyways, Matt Gaetz is now a part of an FBI investigation of, you know, having sex with a minor. Also, they got him on paying for sex paying for sex with a tax collector there. So according to the New York Times report, the DOJ is investigating evidence of payments or receipts from mobile apps, which I can probably only guess that's Cash App. That he was paying for sex with people. Also, a former Seminole County tax collector, his last name is Greenberg. There, also a target of that investigation. Now, according to things that I read here, he's under investigation for allegedly having sex with a 17-year-old. Now, he wasn't the target of the investigation. He is basically an accessory because they were investigating someone else, and then his name kind of came up as being tied with this guy. Now, this guy, when I look at his track record here, he has done a lot of different things here that probably most people, regular people, would probably already be in jail for, or most definitely fired from their job if this happened. But when you got money and when you are in power, guess what happens? You are able to get off with a lot of things here. And this guy has been able to get off with a lot of things, stalking out bars from certain women in Tallahassee when he was when he was a lawmaker. This guy obviously apparently he had a game in the office that they would try to have sex with, all of the interns, even if they were married people. So this really, I guess when I think about everything in a whole, this really shouldn't be too surprising, honestly, because this is just typical behavior from another politician. I mean, let's just keep it G here. That's what we do here on Unpopular Opinion. It's just another example of politicians getting away with things that other people will not get away with. Do I think he's going to get reprimanded? No, I don't. This will get pushed under the rug. In about 2 weeks, we won't hear nothing about this anymore. That's just how society works. That's just how politicians work. And with that, that's the end of 3 Minutes with Graham. Let me know how y'all like that. Basically, 3 Minutes with Graham. We're going to be, one of the hottest news topics from world news that we can find. Just so happened this week it was Republican Matt Gaetz. But let me know how y'all like that 3 Minutes with Graham. If y'all feeling that, let me know. If y'all got any more suggestions, y'all go ahead and drop that down. I'm nice to talk to. Drop it in the DMs. You can also comment that down below. Let me know what kind of segments that y'all would like to see. Moving on here. I was looking at the internet the other day. That's what I kind of do. I be browsing social media to find different topics that we can kind of talk to on the show to kind of spice up the show. And I seen that, it says that study shows that stillbirths and maternity deaths are on the rise due to COVID. And this is going to be kind of like a two-part thing here, because it kind of ties into another topic that I really want to talk about, and that is that another report had came out that it says vaccinated people that take the COVID-19 virus, vaccination. I'm sorry, not the virus, not the COVID-19 virus. People who take the COVID-19 vaccinations, they may not, it says may not be able to spread the virus, but they still have to wear a mask. Now, this is what I don't understand here, right? If I've already been vaccinated, right, why would I still need to wear a mask? And if I've already been vaccinated, how can I pass that to someone else? What is the point of getting the shot if I still have to wear a mask? I might as well just wear a mask, right? Take my chances. Let's be real about this, right? We can say whatever we want to say, right? We can go on, oh my God, people are dying and this and that, and listen, I've known people that have COVID. They're just fine right Yet I have to take a virus and I still have to wear a mask. Someone please explain that to me. And then the fact that we're getting more stillbirths and we're getting more women are dying because they're not getting the care because of the said virus. Yet we got a vaccine that supposedly that's supposed to work. They're pushing it. Oh, all of these state people, they're pushing that everybody should be getting the virus. You know, there's such things now as virus passports and things like that. Yet you still have to wear a mask. Yet women are still dying because they're not getting the maternal care that they need, because hospitals and doctors and all these other places are so shook about COVID. It's been a year already. It's been a year. This COVID thing is starting to become more like the flu to me. It was always the flu to me, if we're being honest. There's a 99% survival rate of people like 50 and 50 and older. I mean, from kids all the way to 50. 99%. Even people over 60, it was like a 98%. Now you will say, oh yeah, but that 2% is a lot of people. 98%. 99%. Let's be real here, man. Like, let's be real. Nobody's saying the virus is fake. Well, people probably is. I'm not saying the virus is fake. What I'm saying is we're overreacting to a worst case of the flu. When the flu killed more people annually than COVID. Well, why don't we still see all the deaths that's rising in every city, on every news channel? Why we don't see that no more? Why we don't see graphs no more? Why can't you just now walk into the doctor's office now and get a COVID vaccine? I called the VA the other day about some appointments, and they asked me about, oh, do you want to get the COVID-19 vaccination? No, I don't. I'm good. Appreciate it. I don't get the flu virus. Can't tell you the last time I got the flu. If I've ever had the flu, honestly. Probably the last time I would say I probably got the flu was when I was in basic training, and that's because we're out in the woods in 20 and 19-degree weather. Playing cops and robbers in the woods at basic training. Probably the last time I caught the flu. Then that was in 2010. It's 2021. So I would say in about 11 years, I hardly even get a cold. Let's be honest. And now we got a vaccine that apparently supposed to work, and apparently that everybody is pushing. Everybody need to get the vaccine. Get the vaccine. Oh, we need vaccine passports. Yet you still got to wear a mask. I thought the point of the vaccine was so we can get out the mask. That's what everybody said. Oh, we're going to get this vaccine, and then, we won't have to wear these masks no more. The quicker everybody wear the mask and do all of this other stuff, we won't have to do it no more. That's all I heard last year. Yet now we got a vaccine and people still got to wear a mask. Can someone please explain that to me? Because I don't understand it for the life of me. I just don't understand it for the life of me. That we got a vaccine. You still got to wear a mask because it's uncertain whether or not you can still pass that on to someone or not. Yet more women and babies are dying because of they can't get the care. I mean, someone explain this to me. I'm not a medical expert here. I just only go by common sense, honestly. It's just like this should be common sense, honestly, bro. Like, we've been doing this for a year. And let's be real. There's the extreme cases. I get it. There's extreme cases. There are people that may know, plenty of people that have died from COVID. But I ask you, how many people do you know personally? Not that you probably seen on the internet. How many people do you know personally that you could probably pick up the phone right now, call, have a conversation because y'all got history? How many of those people you know have died from COVID? And I'll wait on that answer. How many people do you know personally that has died from COVID? We've been doing this for a year. I'm pretty sure we know how this virus is. And then every now and then you see news outlets, they post little new information. Oh, the virus can do this now. So it took us a year to figure out that the virus can do new things after testing it every single week last year. Right? It's just it like I always said this. The easiest way for the government or people, media, to control the people is to put them in fear. And when you don't let people know everything from the get-go, which they wasn't, that's why every week you're finding out, oh, the virus can do this. Oh, it spreads by this. Oh, the virus does this. Oh my God, people are losing their hair, which I don't know how true that is from the virus. People are doing this. The virus, can now cause this. Because they was testing it every single week. And now I don't really see no deaths going up the way that all those charts was having. Oh, COVID deaths. Even though we know there's been medical professionals that have came out and said anybody that died, we were just saying that it was COVID. So do we really know how deadly COVID really is? No, we don't. But the easiest way to control the people is you don't let them know everything. If I can keep you in fear doing what you're doing, now all these other countries ain't even wearing masks no more. Now America, we got the greatest doctors in the world. We got the greatest system. We got all the money because we can give trillions and billions of dollars to other countries, to our allies and all of that other stuff. So we got the best of everything, the best military, the best doctors, the best athletes. We got everything, right? We got the best over here. As a collection of people, we got the best everything. Yet, it's taken us a year to figure out a virus that really is no deadly than the flu. And that was really only harming older people. Younger people wasn't dying. And the older people that were dying, 95% of those already had pre-existing health conditions. So it wasn't like healthy people. Yeah, there were some healthy people dying. Of course. Nothing is 100%. But the vast majority of people, 95 to 98% of people, they already had pre-existing health conditions. And not just regular small things. We're talking about serious stuff, cancer. People that had really already been fighting hard already. And when you get sick, obviously your immune system is already low. You can get a cold right now, and if your immune system is low, you can die. So should we then start making everybody wear masks because of the cold or because of the flu? Come on, man. Let's get right, man. Let's get right. Moving on. We got Deshaun Watson, man. Came out this week. Now the number of sexual harassment, sexual assault cases for Deshaun Watson has now got up to 21. 21 cases, man. And this is I want to preface what I'm saying. I want everybody to really listen to what I'm going to say, okay? This did not happen until he requested a trade from the Houston Texans. I'm not saying this is not true. I have daughters. I would never, if I ever seen a motherfucker or know that someone did this to my daughter, we ain't going to say that on camera. But if 21 women, now it's possibly going to go up. We know how this works. 21 women had a problem with Deshaun Watson. They did before he requested a trade, but obviously didn't come out until after the trade. We know how this works with athletes. None of these women are filing criminal cases. I'm just saying, me personally, I can't speak for everybody else. And maybe common sense ain't so common nowadays. But if you did something like that to me, I want you in jail. That's what women say all the time, right? Oh, you do something to a woman, you need to have your ass in jail. Yet, you did all of this to me, and I don't want you in jail. I just want money. I just want money. Again, I'm not saying these women are lying. I'm just saying this happened at a really convenient time, right? All of this supposedly happened a year or so ago. He's played a whole football season. He's went basically through the whole off season until he say, I want to trade. Then a couple days later, oh, this person, he sexually assaulted me or harassed me while he was getting a massage. He wanted me to do this. He did this. The latest victim was out of Arizona. She said he contacted her via Instagram. They set up a Swedish massage. And when they got into the massage, he said he wanted her to do something sexually. He wanted her to massage him sexually, to which she then declined, and then he just got up and left. And she's fearful of that. So if you're fearful for your life, if I'm scared somebody's gonna do something to me, I'm probably gonna want them in jail. I don't want money from them because I mean, he could just do it again, right? And he got the money to go make somebody off you, right? Because that's how it works, right? You scared for your life, yet you don't want him in jail. You want money. Now I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. I'm gonna let y'all figure that out. But it don't take a rocket science to really understand what's going on here. All 21 women do not want him to go to jail. They only want money. What does that tell you? We living in 2021 now. You know, them days of us being naive, honestly, are gone. I don't want this man in jail. I want money from him. That don't seem like you're scared for your life to me. Just me personally. Because if you're scared for your life, you want him behind bars. Not money. So money is going to not make you scared? Because he still got more money than you. Plenty. Still got plenty more money than you. So money is not going to make you scared. Money is going to make you be okay with what happened. Don't really make sense to me, man. It just don't. And I'm gonna leave it there until the investigation is fully complete. But come on, man. You don't want him in jail. You just want money. That don't really make sense to me. Moving on though, man. For our final segment of the day. Then this is kind of that second segment that I told you guys about. This is another segment that I haven't quite figured out the name for it yet, only because of what the podcast name is. But for now, we're going to call this Grand's Unpopular Opinion, which what we do here in Grand's Unpopular Opinion is every episode, we're going to pick 3 known unpopular opinion or maybe unknown unpopular opinion. And Grant's going to give you his opinion on it, right? So the first one that we got up here is tomatoes have zero taste in ruined sandwiches. I agree. I only really eat tomatoes on burgers, and most of the time, sometimes I kind of take them off midway. I probably get halfway through the burger and I kind of take them off. I do feel they ruin. I don't really feel that they ruin burgers as much, but I would definitely say chicken. Yeah, don't put no tomato on my chicken. Don't do that. It ruins. I feel chicken sandwich and other things like that. I don't believe it ruins burgers, but either way, zero taste. I mean, it obviously tastes like something, but I feel tomatoes really probably ain't the best thing to put on sandwiches, but I still do it. Our second unpopular opinion that we got here is putting a period at the end of a text message adds aggression. 1000% agree. Unless you're one of those people that uses punctuations every time. Me, I'm one of those people that don't use punctuations. I do separate when I do text. Like if I say, hey, this, and then I want to say something else, I put ... and then say what I gotta say. But putting a period at the end when you never do that before, it adds a little bit more to it. It's like, oh yeah, to me it just adds that to it. Because most of us we don't use periods at the end unless maybe sometimes we'll put a question mark if we asking a question or something like that. Me, I don't even put question marks honestly most of the time. So I feel punctuation sometimes in text message do kind of adds that little aggression that we probably didn't necessarily need there. And for our third and final unpopular opinion here is America should forget their tipping culture and set a minimum wage for servers. 1000% agree. I know servers they do have a minimum wage, they have a salary, but it's usually like $3. That's not what the minimum wage salary is for each state. They're getting underpaid, and then you're relying on people to then tip them as their income. So you're allowing the customers to be their boss. Essentially, is what you're doing there. I agree with this, and I'm never one of those people that never tip. I mean that won't leave a tip. I always leave a tip regardless of what kind of service that you gave me, whether it was good or bad. I'm gonna always tip, but I do have a starting limit, and depending on your service, it goes up as you do good, or it goes down as you do bad. Because people say, "Oh, you should tip. You spent $200 there. You should tip at least this." I'm not tipping for my food that I paid for. I'm tipping for the service that was provided to me. So yeah, I ate $100 steak. That don't mean I'm gonna give you a $45 tip if you was a shitty waitress, just because I paid $100 for my steak. No, I give you a $40 tip because I felt like I didn't have to ask for nothing, or I barely had to ask for anything. You didn't really bother me too much, but you also made sure that I had my drink, that my food was what came out right. Things like that. I don't have to get in contact with you for simple things that you should already probably be doing as part of your job. So I think we do need to get rid of this tipping culture as a requirement and make these corporations and these job people pay these people for the work that they're doing. Because even when they're not serving people, they're cleaning tables, they're sweeping the floors, they're doing something else. So the fact that you're relying on people to then tip your workers and as a means of their only income, I get it. Some people don't want to tip. Some people don't tip. And to those people, you'll say, well, don't eat out. And it's like, well, you can't tell people what to do with their money. So my thing is, if I work a job, I should be getting paid from that job. I shouldn't have to depend on someone else that's coming in to that business to pay for something to then get all of my income from. You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I'm not one of those tippers that, oh yeah, I spent $200 on this, so I'm going to pay you this. No, I'm going to pay you for the service that you gave me, because that's what tipping is for, right? Tipping is for the server in the job that they done, right? That's why some servers get mad if they do everything that they need to, and then all of a sudden they get a little tip because they feel I worked hard for this. So basically, it's not about the meal that they paid for. They feel it's about the service that I gave to you, which that's what tipping should be about. All in all, I feel that corporations should be paying people, should do better paying their service. And on that note, that's going to be the end of the show today. I want to thank everybody for tuning into the show. Continue to download the podcast. Podcast will be released every single Thursday. So we're going to be doing this thing once a week for right now. Then once we go ahead and gather us some steam, then we can go ahead and do about 2 times a week podcast. But for now, once a week, podcast will be on all available podcasting platforms, also on YouTube as well. Thank you guys for the love and support. I'm Grand Hefe. I'm out of here.